Great evening to everyone this evening. I just want to share a quick word. I want to say to somebody this evening, it's time to lay it aside. You may be wondering, what am I talking about? Lay it aside. The word of God said in Hebrews 12 and verse 1, it says, "Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witness, let us lay aside every heavy weight and the sin which doeth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us." It's time to lay it aside. You have been running for a while now with the weight. You have been running with the weight. Don't you see it is drawing you back? Don't you see it is pulling you back? It is slowing you down. You are becoming sluggy with the weight. Lay it aside. It is time to lay it aside. You may be asking, what am I talking about? Lay aside the malice, lay aside the unforgiveness, lay aside the bitterness, lay aside the gossip, lay aside the hatred, the fornication life that you are living in, the adulterous life that you are in. Lay it aside. It's time to run the race that is set before you. It's time to lay it aside. And the sin that is so easily beset you. When I look at the word beset, it means something that causes problem or difficulty. Now, sin causes problem and difficulty, and you cannot run the race with sin. You cannot run the race with sin. You cannot serve two masters at the same time. It's either you're going to please one and displease the other. Who do you want to please? God or the devil? Because every time you displease God, lest you didn't know, you are pleasing the devil. Every time you say no to God, you say yes to the devil. So it is time for somebody to lay aside every heavy weight. The sin will entangle your life. The sin will entangle your foot, your hand, your back, your mouth. Lay it aside. Lay it aside. It's time to lay it aside. You can't run with it. I've never seen somebody that is running to win on a track field or wherever, running with a pan of water on their head or with a bag on their back. They're always free. As a matter of fact, they dress to run. Are you running in the right clothes? Are you running in the right outfit? You cannot be running with weight. It's time to lay it aside. Put aside every heavy weight, my friend, and the sin which easily beset you. It's not interesting. It's not funny anymore. Some of us, we get so acquainted with carrying things around that it becomes so normal. It feels so normal to have this thing with you. Well, today the word of God says, lay it aside. You won't get nowhere with the weight on you. I don't understand. How can you carry your brother and your sister in your heart for years and still go to church and still worship and still be in the choir and still be preaching and still doing this and doing that? You are running in vain, my friend. It's time to lay aside the weight.